Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson. Well, I'm leaving Albuquerque today. I'm leaving New Mexico and I'm heading over to Arizona. Just crossing the Continental Divide right now. It's been about a year that I've been on the other side. So, headed back to Arizona. I won't be there for very long. I'm just crossing through. I've got a class that I'm going to in, it's about 40 minutes to the west of Vegas. So anyway, doing my regular thing, only about a 3 to 4 hour drive every day, and stopping every few days to stay for a while, catch up on work, school, rest if I can, and then hit the road again. Just pulling into the outskirts of Gallup, which, hands up if you think the name should be changed to Giddy Up. We should start a coup. Anyway, I always like to do one stop if I can, just one. And I'll do everything. I'll use the restroom, I'll get food, I'll walk the dogs, I'll get gas, do any kind of safety checks, take a break, and then hit the road again. I think I've only got about an hour and a half drive after this, so that's pretty good. It'll put me in before 3 p.m., which I very much try to do. I don't like to be out at all at the night, but anyway, it's summer and things stay open late right now anyway. Or the lights, it stays light darker. Wait, it stays lighter later. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's go walk the dogs. Talk about frustrating. So it's like super dry and windy, and there's like a thunderstorm in the distance. A lot of static electricity. Well, I come in here to turn this darn thing on, and I hit this and it goes zap. Feel it in my finger. I almost see the zap. And the friggin' thing doesn't work anymore. The numbers that were on the screen went kind of, partial, disappearing. And I shut off my electric and turned this back on. And it's still not working. So that is freaking frustrating. Dang it, man. I mean, that's so freaking frustrating. Anyway, I might just need to get a new one of these. Hopefully, behind the scenes, it's fine. So I read something online that says how these are worked. And if I can jump the red to the yellow, then the compressor will start. However, I would need like a 3-piece of this because I would also have to turn the fan on. But when I do this, the AC begins to turn on. So yeah, it's not an AC problem. It's just this. So somewhere on here, maybe this is even fine, but only a piece needs to be fixed. But it might just be simple enough. I don't know how much these cost, but I guess I'll find out. I was just sitting here pulling out all of my fuses and testing the ohms on them. And I pulled one out called vents. I didn't even pull it out. I got it halfway pulled out and the thing turned on. So now I'm not sure if I should push it halfway in, push it back. So interesting. I'm not sure why it did that, but that's freaking awesome. Thank goodness, because I'm going to be parked. I think it's going to be pretty hot in Pahrump where I'm going, and the dogs are going to be in the RV alone most of the day. So that's actually a really big relief. Put this away now. been watching that show on Netflix called Hell on Wheels, and it's a great show, actually, especially if you like stuff that, gives you a bit of history. Hell on Wheels was a town that would move with the railroad being built. And, that's why all the towns along the railroad, there's so many, because they were built like one after the other as the railroad progressed. And so I'm so impressed and fascinated with railroads now. And so I'm looking over here at this train and just imagining all the work and all the life experience and different lives affected by each rail laid. I mean, I'm totally fascinated by it now. So, definitely check out that show, Hell on Wheels, if you're interested in starting a new show on Netflix. But it's awesome. I mean, just to think about every single day that all those individual lives and people were out there, and then the evenings when they went back to the town, and then the next mornings they came out again, and one rail by one rail and one rail tie by one rail tie. I mean, it's just incredible. And all the things that they experienced along the way. Really, really impressive. I'm like becoming a huge history person. Before I stop for gas, I like to figure out which gas station I'm going to go to. And I use Gas Buddy for that. Because one, I can look for the cheaper diesel. And then two, if I get a place that's a little bit farther out, which usually the cheaper places are, there's less people. That's so nice with such a big rig. There's, no lines, there's no waiting or maneuvering. So I was lucky to find this place in Flagstaff, about 1.5 miles off the highway, away from everybody, but also cheaper. The last couple times that I've come back to Arizona, and this time it's really only just for a couple nights because I'm passing through, I don't necessarily get that I'm home feeling, Arizona's been my home for probably 15 years, and I've always loved it. I've loved the state. I've lived in so many different parts of the state, different cities, and I've had, 15 years of life experience here. And I love the desert. But it's funny because, as I travel around, I don't have a lot of comfort. Okay, I got my comfort of my awesome rig, right? But I don't have a homey feeling. I don't have people that I regularly see. And part of me really craves some bit of routine, some of comfort from familiar faces, and even regular experiences. So you'd think that when I came back, I would be excited to see all the places where I've been, see all the people that I know and love. But I don't. I don't know if it's because I've been gone long enough or if I've been here long enough that I think this chapter of my life is done. And, I don't want to turn the page and be like, yuck, and turn the page. I lovingly embrace and leave my heart in these places and people, with these people. But I'm ready to turn the page and hope a whole new story begins. I think I'm there. And I don't know if that's because I've been gone so long or because I've been here so long. But it's very exciting. And, also bittersweet or melancholy. But yeah, I have no interest in reliving any part of my life. Not because it was bad at all, right? But just because I think I'm ready. So I'm not very excited to be driving back into Arizona, but to be honest, I'm actually kind of happy that it's only for a couple more nights. So here is to new beginnings, new chapters, new sections in books in the book of life. So just looking forward.